Hello, everybody. Welcome to this amazing episode where we'll be treating list subsetting with conditions. All right, so what we'd need to do is to probably have a generated list or read a data set from a file, and then in some cases you find it wanting when you have to subset the data or use some conditions to see, okay, this tallies with that to extract this data and the rest, and then you need to go through a long step. But there's a simple solution to that. All right, so in the absence of our own generated data, let's create a data set since we don't have the data from a file. So what we are going to do is to import SciPy, which is scientific Python, as SP. There's a default package which comes with Python. You can just import it once you've already installed your Python. And then we also import NumPy as NP, also for numerical Python, also a default. If you don't have it, I would actually leave the link to the installation pages, and then you can still get that and install via pip or conda, whichever means possible. All right, now let's generate data set. Let's say A to be, let's say np.a range 100. That means it should create a list of values from 0 to 99. That's 100 elements. Okay, so if we type in A, we have this. And then let's pass in B to be also random numbers. So sp.rand 100 random numbers. Okay, so as random numbers, we don't know exactly what numbers they are. At least you have a fair idea when we look through. All right. So what we need to do is first define what data set we want to subset. Okay, so in this case, maybe I want to subset A. Okay, based on the condition. What's the condition? As long as A is greater than 50. Okay, so I keep the condition in the square bracket. So we are subsetting A where A is greater than 50. And then let's pass this to Y. Okay, and all we are saying is that pick all the A values greater than 50 out of the data set A. So if we type in Y, we should see that it should start from 51 to 99. Okay, now if I decide to do same for, let's say that's Z, and then we are doing same on the B. Now our data set is the B. Remember from previous lectures, we've said that the left-hand side is always the variable, the right is the value. So what we are doing is we want the B element with a condition. It can still be the same condition as A because they have the same shape. So let's pick out all the B elements that correspond with where A is greater than 50. And that's the condition. We are saying for all the B elements where this condition applies, A is greater than 50, subset them. Okay, so if we run this, it means we also have Z, which is from the random numbers that were generated. And these are the numbers that correspond with the Y. So if we type in Z.shape and then Y.shape, they should have the same shape. All right. Now, if we want to increase the condition, so let's say I want A greater than 50 and the same A less than or equal to 60. What I need to do is to put the individual conditions in parentheses. Then I'm going to use this single ampersand. Okay. That's it. So it means in this case, you're looking at A greater than 50 and then also A less or equal to 70. Now the parentheses that we use are necessary, and then the ampersand is also necessary. So if I run this out, I get a new Y, which is quite reduced, okay, because this is what the criteria says. And then if I do same for B, okay, it means it will generate a new Z that will subset the random numbers as long as the condition A greater than 50 and then A less or equal to 70 is met. Okay, so you can do this for multiple conditions. Like you can do that for series and series of conditions. Another alternative to that is to also use the NP dot logical AND. Okay, since I'm using the AND statement, what I could do is let's define a new variable, say XX. Okay, and then we just call the data set we are working on. Now in this case, I want to work with A. Okay, and then I have my square bracket, and then my condition or the criteria would be np.logical and. That means I should make use of this logical comparison and comparison. All right. Then I state my criteria. So a greater than 50, comma, a less or equal to 70. So I just list my criteria like that. Okay. Now if I run this, we expect that xx should be the same as y because the conditions are the same. So let's see what xx contains. And then that is similar to y. So there are different ways of doing that. If we let's duplicate the xx and call this xx1, and then this time not running it on a, call this xx1, we're not running it on a, but we're running it on the b, so that we get similar output as the z. Okay, so we run this one, and then we type in xx1, and then it has similar values as the z. Right, so these are two different ways of simply subsetting your data sets, okay, using a condition. And I know this will definitely come in handy when you're working with large data sets, because you really want to spend time iterating through the data and then trying to find out where the conditions meet before you append and the rest. So I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have a question or any comment, just leave it in the comment box, and then the team, myself and the team would address it, right? And then keep learning and then being the best. Like we always say, the space up there is bigger to accommodate each and every one of us. So let's all push and push till we get good with our programming. And no, the sky is definitely the starting point. It's never the limit for us. All right, so you have a wonderful day. If you've not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification, then you get notified whenever we upload any new content. Have an amazing time. And don't forget to like and share. Thank you.